What's up, everybody? Boxing Club 345 coming back at it with a new show added. This is going to be episode 1. I'm gonna have my new co-host Keith Robbins Jr., my father, on. Hi.
Hi, Keith. Thanks for having me, buddy.
So we're going to go down a list of segments that we're going to do. And when we'll finish with those segments, the show is over, and we're gonna do like an ending. So segment 1, Usyk versus Fury. What like this has to be the most anticipated like fight right now. Talking. So what's your view on that?
Yeah, I agree with you, buddy. That's definitely the biggest fight that needs to be made for 2023 here. If it doesn't get made, it's it's obviously just a fallout. It won't be good for the fans. Boxing needs something like this: one face, one heavyweight.
One undisputed champion.
So in the modern era, all 4 belts would be the first one. So it doesn't get much bigger than that in the heavyweight division. The only other bigger fight that I see, or not even really bigger fight, but I think Ryan Garcia and Tank would do probably the number wise, maybe even more than that. It's hard to say, those guys bring a lot younger crowd in, and of course it's good for everybody to watch, but I guess the younger guys might resonate with those guys a little bit better.
Yeah, in my opinion, for Usyk Fury, I think Usyk's going to win. I think he's going to win unanimous decision.
Usyk?
Yeah.
Well, he's definitely a better boxer than Fury. Fury does have exquisite skills for a 6'9" fella, but Usyk is just he's a scientist to the sweet science, and it's going to be hard to break him. So unless Fury can catch him, which he obviously will be able to with his humongous reach.
Yeah,
I see Usyk winning by decision if it goes to decision. But Fury doesn't have that great of a chin. We've seen him get knocked down by Wilder, I don't know how many times, and we know Wilder is a big, strong guy. Yeah. But then we also seen
he got caught by Wallin.
And Wallin's a shorter guy that can move better than Wilder. Wallin has better footwork than Wilder, and technical skills than Wilder. And he caught Fury, he cut him wide open. Yeah. In that fight, we've seen fights get stopped for cuts less than that already. But they kept that fight right on going, because that would be a heck of a thing to give Fury a loss because of the cut on the hands of at the time, almost unknown in Wallin. But Wallin did so good that night. He's now, a name in the boxing community, at least.
And in my opinion, and Wallin, he's really good, like you said, but Usyk is like 20 times better than Wallin, even when it comes to footwork, especially.
Yeah, exactly right, and that's why I think Usyk outbox him. Everybody just gets on the Fury's size is so big. He's such a big guy, and this and that. Hey, the bigger they are, the harder they fall, because they still do fall when they're big. But that's my opinion on the fight. But altogether, it just needs to happen for the fans. It needs to happen for boxing. Put a crown on heavyweight. Let him be the the guy for the era here.
Yeah, same. Now, on to segment 2. The top 5 most overrated boxers currently. I have the. Let's go with one. Devin the Boring Haney. Got, like that, he's boring. Like he just goes like this.
Yeah, we know how Devin is. As soon as he gets any kind of pressure, he wants to give the guy a hug and make the referee break him apart. You know, and styles make fights. You know, Devin Haney, he's got the wins. He outboxed Kambosos. He did what he had to do to get where he is today, and he gets the wins. But he's got to be the most boring fighter in boxing. Him, you know, and the guy who's making a comeback. What is it at the end of this month or next month or something coming up? Gorilla Rigondeaux.
Yeah,
Rigondeaux. I hope he does well. He's coming back from a horrific eye injury. But he's I'm not excited to see him fight. His fights are boring. He just tippy tap all day, taparoo, and you know it's prize fighting. We want to be
entertained. We want to be entertained.
So while I don't think Haney is necessarily overrated, he does have skills, but I don't think he has much of a chin. You know, but his skill, his style, keeps his, you know, has his defense on par to keep him away from that kind of, like Shakur Stevenson, who doesn't like to be punched in the face. Nobody likes to be punched in the face, but if this is the sport you're doing, you know.
Why would you want to be punched in the face? If you don't like being punched in the face, don't be a boxer.
Exactly. But yeah, I don't know. Devin Haney, I guess he's a little overrated. I don't think he's that great. I hope Lomachenko exposes him, which he most certainly can do because he's a wizard in there in the ring. And Haney, even like Loma said, look how he looked up to him. That guy's a huge guy. This guy's a lightweight, you know. Loma, I can't see Haney staying in lightweight too awful long. He became undisputed. There's really not much more to carry on there for him, you know, and maybe prove that he is, you know, an elite fighter, and beating somebody like Lomachenko would definitely put that notch in your belt there.
Yeah.
But it would be a boring win. Nobody would care about it. Nobody would be like remember talking about it. Like, you know, nobody ever talks about like, oh, remember that Shakur Stevenson fight, or remember that Devin Haney fight. No, we don't remember it because it is boring. We
remember the Linares fight because he fought Linares.
Yeah, because Linares shook him, and he made him a hugger.
Yeah.
So.
Now on to the second, number 2, Teofimo Lopez, as his dad, as his trainer currently.
He's not really overrated. Teofimo's got exposed. You know, maybe he's getting a little overrated, but he's got talent. He's got the talent. But he needs a Hall of Famer, somebody with a big name that's gonna wake him up and get him out of those shadows of his father. You know, I would always want to be around, but you know, I would want to see you grow, and you know, you gotta, you know, his dad needs to, you know,
understand that.
Yeah, he needs to bite the bullet and, you know, kind of admit, I'm not the one and all who knows everything about boxing, and you know, get that other ear, get that other teacher, you know, in his corner to help teach that young man with lots of talent to take it back to where he once was, and not just thinking that his power is going to get him out of every fight. You know, he's got to learn to stick and move and all the other sweet things people talk about. You know, he's got to get the right person in there for him, and you know, he can keep his dad in there too. But you know, it's hard. You don't want to just kick him out. He's helped get you there, but his dad needs to sit back and know his role.
Yeah.
And get his boy the help he needs.
Same.
That's the way I see it.
Now with number 3, he's really not that known to the public a lot, the casual fans, but the hardcore fans know him a lot. Daniel Du Bois, like that, his last fight, look how he got exposed pretty bad in his last fight.
I think he would have lost too if he, but his power bailed him out there.
Yeah.
Towards the end of that fight, and yeah, he's no risk of any of the top heavyweights. I don't see him going much of anywhere. He could be, maybe a journeyman or like a gatekeeper down the road. And that's pretty much what I think Dillian White's going to be. Chisora, I think he got his last payday. Fury, or he may keep just like I said, be a gatekeeper and people in. But Du Bois, he's never going to be a top 5 heavyweight.
Like he'd probably be a good gatekeeper for Big Baby Anderson or Richard Torres.
Oh yeah, right now Torres or Big Baby, I can see them both beating Daniel Du Bois.
Yeah.
Torres has that extensive amateur background, and he's got that skittish kind of. He's a fun guy to watch, and he's a littler heavyweight, but that dude packs power. So and he's a smart guy. He's got the intellect upstairs and the IQ to keep himself safe. I could see him going somewhere.
He's a silver medalist in the Olympics for a reason.
Yep, exactly. And who was the other? Big Baby. I could see him challenging. He's definitely got the power, and he's got some good boxing IQ. I don't know about his movability. A lot of people in boxing don't realize how important those feet are.
Yeah, and that needs to be addressed more.
Yeah, most definitely. I think that would probably be my shortcomings from what I've seen in Big Baby there. But he's definitely above Daniel Du Bois. Daniel Du Bois, I just think he can make some interesting fights, but I don't even think he has that much of a chin. So if anybody's rating him, it would be overrated.
And number 4, we got Shakur the Fraud Stevenson.
Gee, no, these guys are all maybe not certainly overrated, but they're all boring fighters. Well, Teofimo wasn't so boring when he was knocking dudes out.
Yeah.
Or Du Bois, since he has got heavyweight power to knock somebody out. But Stevenson, he showed me a lot more against Valdez. Right now, I don't even know where Valdez goes from here. He's kind of tainted, and that's another story for another day. But Stevenson, I would say he's just a little bit funner, like a hair funner to watch, more funner to watch than Devin Haney.
But only by a little bit.
Yeah, not much. But he does show a little more promise than Haney, I think. I think he's a more sound boxer than Haney. I think he has a higher ceiling than what Haney does. But number 5 there on the list, we already mentioned him too. These are pretty much the most almost most boring fighters, top 5.
Yeah.
But I can understand where you see it's overrated.
Because boxing, it's prize fighting. It
is.
It's entertainment, but it's not to the extent.
Those thousands of people that pay money to sit in those seats, man. If this was back in the 70s or 80s or something, people would be rolling up paper and throwing it in the ring. Boo! Nobody wants to sit around. It's a snooze fest. I'd be getting up every so often and go get another drink. Because I'm not missing nothing with a Devin Haney fight or a Rigondeaux fight. Those are some boring dudes, man. It's just
The boys would probably get knocked out.
Yeah. Neither one of them really have great chins. Anybody on that list.
Yeah.
Teofimo doesn't, but I don't know. Do you have anything else to add to the segment?
Well, no, not really. That's all for this segment. But now back to the third and final segment, Undisputed Light Heavyweight Championship. The Bivol versus Beterbiev.
Oh, light heavyweight.
Light heavyweight.
Yeah, Beterbiev looked his normal self against Anthony Yard. Yard did pretty well, though. He put a hurting on Beterbiev's face, that's for sure. But Beterbiev came out on top like he normally does with his strength. And he does have good skills. Nothing to take away Beterbiev. He's a monster in there. I sure as heck wouldn't want to fight him.
Yeah.
Not unless I'm getting paid that money. And then I'll take a dive for the team. But him versus Bivol.
Bivol's is like a robot. He's like mechanically lies, like he knows what to do.
He's got great feet. Beterbiev's got good feet too. I would say Bivol's style is a more technical sound style. He can stay on the move and hit at different angles from wherever and whenever he needs to counteract or to push his opponent in the direction he needs to go in. But the question is if if Bivol can not get caught in 12 rounds is a long time to try not to get caught by Beterbiev. Now I would also say Bivol showed a very good chin against Canelo.
And Canelo, to be fair, underestimated Bivol mightily.
I think he underestimated him too. And it also goes to show Canelo's chin. Canelo, he's got a heck of a chin to be able to take that onslaught of beating from such a bigger guy. Because, Canelo, I mean, heck, he at his height and his size, he could probably shrink down to a welterweight and just rule, dominate boxing forever. And right now, I mean, I think he's up too high right now. If he wants to fight David Benavidez, but Benavidez got a tough challenge with Plant. There's a lot of exciting fights coming up, and I'm looking forward to them.
Yes.
But back to Bivol and Beterbiev, I think Bivol should be able to handle this, and probably get the points victory. That's my outcome. But I still think Beterbiev definitely, by all means, has the puncher's chance. By all means, he's a champion in his own way, right? So, what do you think about that fight?
I think even though everybody talks about Beterbiev, 18-0 with 18 knockouts, that's great, and he showed everybody he's perfect record and is legit. But Bivol, he's 21-0 with only 11 knockouts, but even though he only has 11 knockouts, you don't want to fight Bivol.
Some could say, Bivol has had the harder resume so far. He's fought the more tougher challenges than Beterbiev has. So I would definitely say almost all the arrows point in the direction of Bivol being able to pull it off. But like football on any given Sunday,
every given Saturday or Friday.
Well, it's not that. I mean, that's why there's a puncher's chance, and that's why, boxing's not, taken out on paper. It's fought out in the ring.
Yeah.
We'll see when it comes up. Well, we'll see if they can even make the fight. That's another fight boxing needs to make.
Yeah, there's a lot of fights out there that need to be made.
Spence and Crawford.
That might be a segment for another time.
That's another Pacquiao Mayweather. Wait, putting it off, and then they fight when it's past the other dude's prime, and the other guy just wants to protect his zero. And the judges would be going for Mayweather anyway, and we don't even want to talk about judging because that's a whole show all into itself. A horrible judging we've seen lately. Just and all sports have their dirtiness, but these guys, this is putting their lives on the line and making this money for their family, and these guys are just highway robbing them. It's sick.
Yeah, like how Xander Martin got brutally robbed against Teofimo Lopez.
Well, I don't know about brutally robbed. That one could have went either way. It was a close fight. I mean, Lopez needs help. Martin, he's not exactly a fun boxer to watch, but I think he didn't do enough to win that fight that day. But look, what we have been watching, what was that one over in England? That early fight, that one undercard. The A side was just getting whooped. They still gave him the decision, and we see that all the time. But I don't know. That's for another day.
Yeah, that's for another.
It's another rabbit hole to fall down.
That's for another show. Well, this is the end, and we're gonna be wrapping up here. So we'll be looking forward to next episode.
And hopefully, maybe next episode we can.
Wait, Saturday?
Maybe we can do a little something before the fights start. Oh, and this Friday, Navarrete, one of our favorite Mexican fighters, makes his return against Liam Wilson.
Yeah, Liam Wilson, which will be nice.
Yeah. So.
And after the Navarrete fight, I will be making a post-fight reaction, just myself, to that.
And maybe one day in the future episodes, we can maybe get a third chair filled.
Yeah.
Get a whole table, the round table of 3, 4, 5. Right?
Yeah.
Alright.
That'd be cool. Well, have a great day, everyone. I'm so excited for this new podcast. Have a great day.